everyone, thanks so much for being here. My name is Kat and I make houseplant videos here on Good and Planty. If you just happen to absolutely love this video, please consider liking it, commenting, subscribing, or following me on Instagram. All of these things help me grow my channel like a plant. It is October, it is definitely fall, we are in spooky season, and I wanted to sit down and share 5 of my fall favorites in terms of houseplants. But first, a very special thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. If you don't know, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes for creatives, creators, and many, many more. There are classes from indoor and outdoor plant care to self-improvement, to content creation, to cooking. There is literally so much to explore on Skillshare. I am really excited to highlight the last course I just completed, Writing for Self-Discovery, 6 Journaling Prompts for Gratitude and Growth by Yasmin Cheyenne, a writer, speaker, and self-healing advocate. I found the tips and prompts that Yasmin shared to be very insightful and encouraging and inspiring, and honestly, I have been trying journaling and I'm curious to see if it's something that really resonates with me. I finally have like the opportunity and the foundation to start, which is really exciting. Skillshare is truly focused on helping you learn. There are no ads and they are constantly rolling out new premium classes so that you can stay focused, engaged, and creative. The first 1,000 subscribers that click the link in my description box will get a 1-month free trial to Skillshare so that you can access the class that I mentioned and anything else that interests you. And now we're getting back to the video. So first up on my list is a wishlist plant that I did get, and I have mentioned it before on the channel, but I haven't really highlighted it well yet. And that is my Syngonium CHIAPENSE. I should probably know how to say it. I'm a sucker for Syngonium. You all know it unless you're new here. And this was one that I have been on the hunt for. I cannot believe these leaf sizes. Like, this is crazy. I'm trying to put my palm pretty directly on it so you can see how large it is. It's a little bit of a more simple leaf, like it's plain green. It's so good to have a plant that has been on my wish list for so long. Is so satisfying. And honestly, this plant has not let me down at all. Honestly, it was priced pretty well. It was like less than 20 bucks, and this is a very decent sized plant. It's been very simple to take care of. I kind of just keep her very, very lightly moist in a northern facing window. And clearly she's loving it because I'm getting lots of new growth. She's taking to the pole, the whole thing. I think Jonah's vacuuming. I feel like I should wait till he's done because I'm assuming that you can hear it. All right, next plant on the list might surprise some of you if you've been with me for a while, but it is the CALATHEA MUSAICA. It's not technically a Calathea, but I, for the life of me, cannot remember the real name, so I will put it on the screen and refer to it as the MUSAICA. Here she is. This plant got super Instagram famous, like probably at the beginning of 2020 when all of the madness was happening, and you can definitely see why. This foliage is beautiful. You can see that it has this like mosaic look on it. It looks so lush. This is the side that's facing the sun, obviously. I have given it, you know, distilled water. I've kept it more moist, provided higher humidity, and this plant has been really happy. I went through a period where I cut it way back. It probably only had like 3 leaves. I want to say like these 3 here. And since then, since we moved into this new house, I've gotten all of these new leaves, and I even have another one on the way underneath. There it is on the edge, like right here, you can see. Surprisingly, this plant has been taking southern exposure really, really well. This is getting fairly direct and very intense southern light, and I have no cranky leaves, and it's been like 3 months now of summer sun. So I'm very impressed, and it's super convenient to me because I really like where I have this plant placed. And yeah, this is plant number 2 on my list today. Plant number 3 is a plant that I used to say I would never own, never get because the holes freak me out. They kind of do a little bit still, but I'm moving past it because it is a very pretty and aesthetically pleasing plant, and that is this ADANSONII. So I just got this ADANSONII a few weeks ago, and It's in my bedroom now, so my bedroom is looking a little bit different as of the last bedroom video that I've done. I feel a little bit fake for enjoying this plant, but I really am. I decided to give it a go, and I really wanted a bigger vining plant for my bedroom shelf to make it look a little bit more symmetrical. Those of you that have seen my bedroom kind of know what I'm talking about probably. It's already starting to grow up and vine over, and I'm getting lots of new growth. It did go through a little bit of an acclimation period. Like, I have some dead leaves still that are shedding, but that's perfectly normal. That doesn't scare me. I just kind of had to repot it, water it, keep an eye on it, and now she looks really happy and is putting out tons of new growth, as you can see here. So cute. It gives me a little bit of like the trypophobia feel because it's like a lot of holes together, but it's okay. I'm kind of getting adjusted to it, and I do like it. It's a classic for a reason. It's pretty easy care. You can let it dry out like quite a bit. I've let this plant get really dry, and I do keep it in a room that gets pretty strong southern light, but it is a few feet back from a window, so it's not gonna get burnt. I didn't want to be basic, but I'm being basic and I love it. I don't care. I really like it. This plant goes with like so many different aesthetics. You can put it on a shelf, you can put it on a pole. It can really be whatever you need a plant to be, and it has been really easy to take care of. All right, for the next plant, I actually have it quarantining outside because I have a bit of a pest problem with it, but it did make the cut for this video, so let me go get her. This Rick Rack cactus. Yes, I may have a pest problem with this plant. I found a few mealybugs on her. I just wiped it off with rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip. I didn't do a full Bonide 8 treatment yet because it seemed to not be a crazy infestation, but you know how mealybugs are. You think that you get rid of them and then they come back full force. I find this plant to actually be a little bit of like a spooky plant. It looks like a bunch of like, I don't know, like squid legs or something, and I really like the look of it. I don't know, or like maybe like a little bit of a spider vibe. Regardless, it's a fall fave. And I also love how easy care this plant has been for me. I keep her in like extremely strong light. It's like on my rooftop window basically, so it gets hit with sun all day long, and you can see a little bit of sun stress on this newer growth right here. It's a little bit, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a little bit of a more red color on some of these leaves because of that sun stress. It's not like a cactus, it's still a jungle cactus. So do make sure that you water it, especially if it's starting to get very soft and wrinkly. Oh, ooh. She's still a cactus, you still gotta be careful. She pricked me. Oh my God, the lighting is horrible right now. So yeah, I'm scared to get pricked now, but you can see it when I push the leaf together, there is no give, which means that there's a lot of water retained in this leaf right now, so that means that she is not thirsty. This plant is very much a fall favorite for me, bringing me a lot of joy, vining and growing really well, and being super adaptable to whatever I throw at it. All right, the sun is a little bit better, and I've banished the Rick Rack cactus. So before the sun jumps out, my final plant is the Maranta. This is a stunning... Is the sun kidding me right now? The final plant on this list is the Maranta, and this is a plant that has actually also had mealybugs for quite some time. This plant I treated heavily with Bonide 8, and I am so happy to say that it is finally pest-free. I really believe, I'm like 99% sure, but you never know with mealybugs. I do keep this plant a bit separated from my other plants in the living room. One of my favorite things about this plant is that its leaves move throughout the day, which is why it's also referred to as a prayer plant. If you have high humidity and the self-discipline to water this plant frequently enough, because they do like to stay a bit moist, I definitely recommend this plant. I really love her. I think that the foliage, just because it's, you know, quote unquote a common plant, doesn't mean that we should overlook how stunning this foliage is and how like there are so many different colors in one leaf. The texture is so soft. And the undersides of the leaves are beautiful as well because they contain that pinkish reddish color. I also definitely recommend keeping it in either a ceramic pot like this or a nursery pot. I get away with watering this plant like maybe once a week due to the ceramic pot. So those are my fall favorites for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you once again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate that they've sponsored multiple videos. I really enjoy their service, and if you want a 1-month free trial to them, the link will be down below in my description box. Please subscribe to my channel if you aren't already and you want to see more planty content from me. Please consider becoming a member if you want access to bonus content, free plant consultations, live chats, all sorts of good stuff, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Okay, huge thank you to my members: O'Neill, Val, Celine, Audrey, Lacey, Heather, _B, Jacqueline, Linda, Michaela, and Brooke. You guys are the best. Thank you so much.